Here we are at the end of 2025. I'm Vicky Harper, the Marketing Manager at IT Desk. This year has been a fantastic year for IT Desk and we've got lots of things to unpack, so let's get into it. So joining me now, I've got Sammy, our Financial Manager at IT Desk. How are you today, Sammy?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm all right, thank you. I'm all good. Just looking back on the last 12 months, it's been absolutely fantastic. What a year we've had at IT Desk.
Super busy.
It has. It's been so busy. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is the things that we've done for the community and raising money for charity. So do you want to talk to us about the darts event that we hosted?
Yeah, we did the 12-hour darts marathon for Macmillan Cancer Support, which was quite a task.
It was
12 hours of darts whilst keeping operational on service desk was quite the feat.
It was a huge feat. And when we went down to set it up with me and Alex and we were testing out the Starlink, which is a piece of kit and a piece of technology that we've got that allows us to have the internet anywhere, we thought it weren't going to reach the plug, but then we found another plug socket that did, and it were all fantastic. So we were able to run all of our services at the darts event. We moved all the team down there, didn't we, to Unwell. And yeah, they were able to work, answer telephone with no interruption. So there were no interruption to service, as well as playing 12 hours of darts. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So we raised a lot of money as well, didn't we? Over £800, I believe.
We did, yeah. It was quite good.
It worked really good. So the day went really well. It was such a good day. What about all the planning that went into the event and how did we pull that off?
It was incredibly difficult. There was a lot of planning, a lot of teamwork, a lot of caffeine, but I cannot take credit for how well the day went. I think your spreadsheet and a lot of help from Copilot structuring who was on the dartboard, who was on breaks, who was on the service desk, who was answering calls, who was keeping the flow of the day going. Copilot was a massive help in pulling that spreadsheet that you'd put together for everybody. But I think we nailed it. Everyone pulled together, and I think we did really well.
100%. Nobody missed the lunch.
No.
Everybody had a really good break. Everybody were able to get on the board and play at their appropriate time. So yeah, thanks to Copilot. I just fed Copilot what it needed to know, and it produced it perfectly for us in a wonderful coloured spreadsheet. So that were really good.
Yeah.
So following on from the darts event, we've had some fantastic award ceremonies this year. So if you want to give me a little bit more information about those and what we did, because that were all your hard work, not mine this time.
Yeah, this year has been nothing short of incredible, I think, on what we've achieved in such a small space of time. I think the standout one definitely for me is the being shortlisted for UK Employer of the Year at Investors in People.
100%, yeah.
We were absolutely over the moon when we received the email to say we'd been identified as one of the UK's top employers for Investors in People. But then to find out it was invitation only and we were invited to apply for this award was just absolutely mind-blowing for all of us. And then to be shortlisted to the top 5 was just the cherry on the cake.
It were. Our over the moon, I actually cried. It was just such an honour. It is just such an honour, and it shows how we work in our culture here, and working and all the staff here, how much they enjoy it. And trying to get Invested in People standard is hard enough without being nominated for an award. Absolutely mind-blowing. So well done to you for putting all the case forward and getting that award and recognition this year. Well done to you and your team. Fantastic work. And the event were great as well.
The event was amazing.
Going all the way to London with some of the team, that were fantastic. The production show that they put on as well.
Come What May.
Yeah, Come What May. That were absolutely fab.
Yeah.
It was like going to theatre as well as the award ceremony itself.
Yeah, it was incredible.
It were really good, a really good night. And then we were nominated for the, British? Don't know where that is.
The Institute of Customer Service.
Yeah.
We have been shortlisted for commitment to customer service on a business-to-business category, which, we've been shortlisted for that, which the event is next year, so we're very much looking forward to that. But again, the icing on the cake for us is to be shortlisted on such a national stage against industry giants like the NHS, EDF, Zurich, Octopus Energy, all who are leading in their industry,
Yeah.
and we've been shortlisted alongside them.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing.
Our little team from Goldthorpe
Yeah.
up there on the big stage with all those big winners, or
Yeah.
with all those big employers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
A proud moment.
Very,
I think,
very proud.
Just to be shortlisted in amongst those names
is again, it's incredible. It's an incredible feat. And then last month we were at Rotherham Barnsley Chamber of Commerce for our excellent customer service. Again, we won that a couple of years ago, and this year we got highly commended. Again, another fantastic achievement to be highly commended, and another fantastic event. How much planning went into that for you?
There weren't much planning for me on that one. That one is down to Chris, the managing director.
Of course.
He is the one that writes the award submissions for that one. Well, our strategy for customer excellence and delivering that service to be recognised at that level is quite an achievement for us.
It really is. It really is. And again, that were another great event. It was just good. Again, the networking, meeting all the local businesses, seeing people, old and new faces, were a good night again.
Yeah.
So looking forward to next year's as well.
Yes, there's a lot coming for next year.
There is.
In all of the categories, we're obviously going to go for more awards at business and at Barnsley and Rotherham Chamber. Yeah. We're going to look now at the Investors in People, the awards that are there. We're also going to go for Investors in Apprenticeships and Investors in Wellbeing, and go for those standards.
Because we do a lot about wellbeing here, don't we, at IT Desk? So we've got lots and lots of things that, again, you've implemented, you and your team, over the last 12 months, from the I can't remember what they're called.
The busy tags.
Busy tags that we have on his desks.
Yeah.
They're fab. And we've got Spill, which is a mental health worker that anybody can access at any point of the day, even at home, and we don't know about it.
It's all confidential. Yeah.
I think there's something else. I just can't think.
We have a dedicated mental health wellbeing team who are trained in mental first aid. And then everything from the social events we do, the building work that we've had put in to make it all the space for them to have like breakout areas, the healthy food options that we're providing while they're at work. So there's for the wellbeing side, there's a lot of we're already implemented. So when I had the 12-month review with Investors in People in July, she's actually recommended we do go for the Investors in Wellbeing because of everything we've already got in place.
Wow, well done. Fab. And I know I'm a bit biased because I work here as well, but it is one of the best places that I've ever worked for that side of things, and feel supported by all staff. And I've been told that staff also feel supported. And they are grateful for working here and they love it. That's why our retention is so low.
Yeah, we scored well above industry average for us Investing People score on his company culture and how we look after as staff.
Yeah, so we have got that great culture here at IT Desk as well. And another thing that we've also achieved is the ISO 27001
and 9001 for our sister company, Hydrogen BI. So it's something we already have at IT Desk, but we've now rolled that out into Hydrogen BI just to show us commitment on all of us as companies and as customers for the security and the quality of what we provide.
Which again is fantastic, and I know it's not easy to get ISOs, any of them certifications. No. It's so hard, and a lot of hard work and dedication goes into that. So a massive achievement for yourself and Ben's team as well for that. Okay, so summing up 2025 for you and your team and the awards and everything, what do you think that means for IT Desk, especially those awards and those achievements?
I think the achievements show that we're forward thinking, we're customer driven, and we're quality focused. We look after as people, we understand as customers, and we strive for excellence in everything we deliver. And I think being shortlisted for the awards on such a national stage against those industry giants just shows that we're not only ambitious, but we're capable of delivering a service that can
go up against them. Challenge them.
We're challenging them. We're competing against those companies.
Fab. Honestly, I am super proud of it all. And finally, then, what one word would you use to sum up this year?
Remarkable.
Wow,
remarkable.
strong.
Yeah, I think it's a real testament to what happens when passion meets purpose.
Wonderful. Well, that's been wonderful. Thanks ever so much,
Thank
Sammy,
you.
for joining me. And yeah, great. Here's to 2026.
Yeah, bigger and better.
Definitely, 100%. Joining me now is Ben, our Saint manager and info security lead. And I always get that wrong. So welcome to Ben. I got it right. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good. You having a nice day?
Busy day.
Always busy in your team.
Always busy. And I think getting close to Christmas now, so make sure still everything's secure.
Yeah.
Obviously with Christmas, people start to relax a bit.
They do. Yeah.
So we don't want to let security relax either. So we
No.
need to keep on top of things as
100%.
as
Definitely not.
top of our game as always.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a good shout out to remind people not to relax. I'm sure we've got some tips coming up and we're going to release a blog around that, what to do over holidays. So
Yeah,
look out
especially
for
for
that.
fishing as well.
Yeah, with parcels, scams,
parcels.
deliveries.
Yeah.
You've missed a delivery, reply to this text message. You've got an email, put your bank details in, payments have failed.
Yeah.
Is there anything that, before we get into the year we've just had, is there anything that we can tell customers that they need to look out for particularly?
It's more that if you do receive anything, just stop. Don't. I know everybody rushes at Christmas. It's that time of year,
Yeah.
but just stop. Think about it. Are you expecting this? Does it look right? Read through it.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to get you right when you're busy or
When you're vulnerable, you're at your most
yeah.
vulnerable, aren't
Yeah.
you, at Christmas? Yeah.
yeah. Stop
No.
and think.
Good. Well, thank you. So, leaning into the year we've just had,
Yeah.
you have been everywhere and anywhere, including Vegas. So, you went to DEFCON. Tell me all about that. What did you learn? What did you see? Who did you talk to?
So
Unpack
DEFCON
it.
are really good. So what I found at DEFCON is it's an insight into the cybersecurity landscape and the threats down the road.
Yeah.
I know a good one was they demonstrated the use of AI in malware.
Yeah.
And then just 2 months after 3 or 2 months after DEFCON, Google has seen the first use of AI in malware in the wild.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay. What does that mean?
So it's rewriting its code using AI in real time
Oh, okay.
to avoid antivirus.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, to make it harder for antivirus to stop it really.
Oh, wow. Okay. Does that have an impact on anybody's business daily? Is there anything that we need to look out for? I know we're doing as much as we can to protect people.
At the moment, Google found it's only affecting larger like government organisations and
Okay.
agencies, but I do foresee that it's going to affect. It's going to become more prevalent, and it probably will touch on a lot more businesses next year.
Okay. Is there anything that we're doing? I know we briefly spoke about DEFCON there, but I know now that we've got the new Team Saint, and Chris describes you as hunters, so you go out trying to break our security. We also try to break other companies' security measures to see if we have got the best impact. When we went to PAX 8, Stephen Bartlett has got a team dedicated to doing this that work off-site to try and break his company to see where his weaknesses are. And we've implemented the same thing here. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, what that entails?
Yeah, so feeding onto DEFCON, obviously we try and find threats before they become more prevalent. So we try and predict where things were going. Obviously, one with AI in malware. So we're looking and implementing now products that can fight against those, such as behavioural monitoring of the user. And stopping it that way.
With Carly's job intake. She's the new data analyst that's looking into all that.
Another one was quantum computing. And
this is mind blowing. This blew my mind.
So obviously the rise of quantum computers that'll be able to break traditional encryption algorithms.
So for people that don't understand quantum computing, can you describe what that is?
So quantum computing is, in layman's terms, it's it's going to accelerate how computers can how quick. If you think computers are quick now, they're going to be substantially more quicker in solving problems. And what that's going to break is a lot of the traditional encryption algorithms that protect the confidentiality and the integrity of your data and communications. That's based on that it'll take a traditional computer now many thousands of years to break.
Yeah.
But a quantum computer, because of its increased capabilities, it'll be able to break it in a short amount of time.
Wow. So we need to look out for that then.
Yeah. So what we've been looking at Saint is what software and technologies our customers and we are using, and what post-quantum cryptography algorithms that we can implement onto them, protect them once quantum computing becomes a mainstream reality.
Yeah. And did you see that in DEFCON for in real life? Did you see that on stage?
Yeah. There were a lot of cryptography experts there that work in the field of developing it at the moment.
Yeah.
And that they say that it's going to be coming by 2030.
Wow. Okay. It's not long then.
Not long, no.
No. Wow. Okay. Anything else that you saw in at DEFCON that people need to either be aware of, or anything interesting that you saw that you thought were good?
I think the only other one relating to AI was there had a competition of teams to use AI in breaking into systems.
Okay.
So it's lowering the bar for attackers now, since you can just use AI to break into your systems. And I think a recent one relating back to predicting the future is after DEFCON, it's been found that China has been using ChatGPT to break into companies, and 90% of those break-ins were all down to AI.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah. Wow. Oh. Is there anything that I know we're working constantly, always in the background, and I know your team starts at 7:00, so that we can get in front of any issues before our customers even switch on.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we're looking at to try and mitigate that?
So everything that we're doing, I think the one that we're pushing now is that security is important now more than ever.
Yeah.
Just because it's lowering that bar. Usually attackers had resources and would use them on bigger companies where they think they get a bigger payout.
Yeah.
Since it's lowered the bar, they can attack the smaller companies.
Yeah. Everybody becomes a victim and are vulnerable in that way. So I know that we're implementing a lot for our customers, and we're looking at lots of different new tools moving forward. But this year, what's been one big change that's happened? I know we've briefly touched about it with Carly, the data analyst, but can you tell me a little bit more about her role and our customers, what she's doing?
So one big change in terms of what we've done at IT Desk is implement the Saint team.
Yeah.
So that's a new team that we have that is for security and predicting and hunting for threats for us customers. To ensure that they have the most uptime that they can have, protected from cyber threats as well as system resources as well. So we'll monitor the resources on their systems to make sure it's not going to cause them any downtime.
Okay, that's all good.
Yeah,
that's all great. And gosh, I nearly called her Charlotte then. I'll get her name right. Carly.
Yeah.
And Carly's background comes from a data analyst in a bank, doesn't it? So she's really up for this.
Yeah, so she used to be a fraud advisor in a major bank.
Yeah, so she's just well educated around all of that. And she seems to be settling in well.
Yeah.
She's becoming part of the team, and we've got as Christmas do. She's going to come out on that. So that's nice to welcome Carly to the team as well. Yeah. So is there anything else that we need to make people aware of whilst we've got a platform to talk to people, except for the vulnerabilities that we spoke about around Christmas and everything? I remember we had a conversation a couple of months ago about human error or about humans, and it's everybody's responsibility. Is that still the key now with AI? Is it still, do people still have to be aware, and it's still everybody's in the company's responsibility?
Yeah, if they're using AI, which I think everyone in the business is, then they have to have a security mindset around that. So I think it is everyone's business.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree with that. Okay, well, thank you ever so much for your time today, Ben. I really appreciate it. And I know you're really, really busy and keeping everybody secure. And I know you'll be working over Christmas and New Year to carry on that busy and hard work. So, yeah, well done. And thank you for joining me today.
No problem.
And joining me now, we've got Chris Wright, our Managing Director. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Not too bad, Vicky. How are you?
Good. I'm all right, thank you. Good.
Good.
Looking forward to this, getting into what we've just achieved in 2025.
Yeah, no, it's been a cracking year, hasn't it? It's always kind of when you get to the end of the year, looking back and go, wow, all that has really happened this year.
And it's flown.
Has.
And it's just been so busy, and 1 week's rolled into the next. It's been fantastic. And one of the things that I'd like to talk to you today about is the Acceleration Lunch. What sparked the idea for Acceleration Lunch?
The Acceleration Lunch. I think, so the idea came from plenty of dog walking. So generally in the morning, a lot of my good ideas come from walking the dog in the morning, where kind of in my own space and with the dog. And I kind of thought, you kind of unofficially, the term that I called it was it's the golfing day for non-golfers.
Yes.
And nothing against golfing. Golfing's great, you know. I'm very lucky to have a business partner that loves golfing, which is great. It means I don't have to get involved. But yeah, and I think what I wanted to create an event where it was memorable. It was memorable for us customers. It was something that they enjoyed and they talked about, and there were kind of a lot of, I often refer to it as ripples there afterwards. Because I kind of feel that there is a lot, especially this year, there's been a hell of a lot of events that have been wanting to talk about AI and automation. To be honest with you, everyone's a bit tired about them. And yes, we wanted to talk about that, but we wanted to kind of put a nice good wrap around it where people wanted to come to the event. Because we all know that if a customer rang any of us up, myself or Steve, and said, look, can you come through and talk to us about AI? We would be there and help them and consult with them as we would do for his job. So why would they come an hour out of their way to an event to just talk about something they could have in the comfort of their own office? This event was kind of, what could I do to put a wrap around that, have some networking, some learning, bit of fun, and that was kind of where it all kind of started from, really.
Good. Well, it certainly achieved that, I think. It was an absolutely fantastic event, and we did it car related because you're a petrol head. So the venue were perfect. People did drive to it and meet us there, which were absolutely outstanding. When they did arrive, they didn't know what to expect, and I heard we blew some people's minds.
Yes, me also. You know, I think kind of memorable events. Kind of looking at the day is, I think the morning. I was obviously setting off the tour on the morning,
the grand tour,
and everything was going great for the grand tour. Except then, just as we're kind of queuing up, a chap comes across and goes, "Sir, just been looking at the route, and are you aware there's a road closed there?" I'm like, no. And by this time, I think one car had set off, so we sent the course opener car out to go and kind of check on what check on what were happening. And I'm thinking, is this kind of the start of the way things to go? Luckily, that were the only hiccup that we had all day, and people still enjoyed the tour and enjoyed the roads that we put on for them. But I think what kind of stepped it up another level, when they got to the motorists, they kind of came into that room. The room was set out absolutely beautifully, and I think it just blew people's minds of how much of a professional event and how it well looked. And I think, credit to you, Vic, and your team on that one. That was and
a lot of hard work.
In 3 months.
Yeah, I know. I know. Can you believe that's what we pulled off?
Yeah, it seems crazy now. I think at first when we kind of spoke about it, and we can do this in 3 months.
Yeah.
What is it? You just arrange the guys, do a couple of talks. This'll be easy. And then I think once we kind of got yourself pulled in, we got Sammy from finance pulled in, kind of making sure everything was balanced between what we could have to what we could do in the budget. It was just mental. But I think
it was worth it.
It were
definitely worth it.
And it did everything that we wanted
to. It did. It was perfect. It cemented a new customer for us.
Yeah.
Which again, you couldn't dream of. You could only dream of that's what it'd do, and it cemented that foundation, that relationship. And they were like, "Yeah, we definitely need to move." And they're now a new customer, and they've joined up from that event.
Yeah, and I think that's immeasurable from the day. That's immeasurable to kind of go, yes, we got more business from that. But I think it's the unmeasurable stuff I think is going to be important from that is how much kind of now have we kind of solidified our relationships with our customers? How much now do they kind of go, actually, that were a great event that we got to with IT Desk. You know, we learned something from the day, and also to see our customers also networking with
each other.
Yeah,
it were fab.
We created something there, and because obviously they were all kind of got a like common interest.
Yeah,
There were then the initial conversations very much started on their own vehicle, like you know, looking at a Porsche or looking at what the Ibex is there, and it got that conversation flowing. It really kind of made it. I don't use the term magical. It were a really good day.
It were. Honestly, it were. And to everybody that missed out, I'm really sorry that you didn't make it.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but it leads me into another question. Will we be doing one next year?
I suppose if it was me, 100%, I would definitely be wanting to do another motoring-inspired one. But I know that just won't make sense at all. We do have to kind of share the love a little bit, try something a little bit different if we were going to do something for next year. I think I know we've discussed this in some of our strategy meetings, but there's a lot to think about, a lot to consider, and we've already got some stuff that we've planned this year for next year that we need to consider. For example, we even got to consider our 20th birthday party next year.
We're going to bring that up.
Which, you know,
so exciting.
You've only got one team. I've only got one financial team. And to get all that to happen, I think it's going to be a mighty ask. And I don't think we could do it in 3 months again.
No, definitely not in 3 months again. But watch this space. We'll see if we can get another one sorted.
Definitely.
I'd like to think so anyway, just because of how good it were.
Yeah, no, we're good.
So the event were great, and we had the hiccup with the road closure, which were out of our control. What was the other most challenging thing for you, Chris?
Most challenging thing? I think for my team, the most challenging thing would have to be me. I think we have to agree. I think for the 3 months of the team trying to extract the vision that I had in my head of how I'd like it to be, kind of making sure it kind of ticked the box of what I wanted it to be, I think was a challenge in itself. And I think both kind of, I have to give credit both to kind of yourself, your team, Sammy and her team for kind of making that happen on the day, because it did run incredibly well. And there were a lot of moving parts, really, when you think about it.
There were.
From the motor club to people that were there.
Yeah, there were a lot of moving parts, and getting into your head was... It was, I wouldn't say it was challenging, but trying to make sure that we'd got everything to the detail that you wanted. We're a learning curve, but I feel that we've got there, and we did it really, really well. And that's, again, for all those meetings, all those strategy meetings, all that consultation really, really paid off. So it is definitely worth having those meetings, those sit-down meetings, making notes all the time. The PowerPoint presentation from start to finish went really well, and everybody able to edit it, again, using modern workplace equipment, modern workplace apps and stuff. I also think really helped, because it helped with that communication, the channel we got set up in Teams and stuff. So using that technology there as well really helped us cement that plan together, and using Planner, the Teams planner that everybody had got tasks on. So once we'd got that bones of the event, I feel that worked really, really well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, communication was key to this event. He's always kind of all of us talking rather than trying to keep everything in his head.
Yes.
Which I think once we got into the flow of it, once we got the kind of the flows set up on how we communicate and when we're communicating and who's responsible for what, yes, it helped a lot. And I think we've spoke about a lot in our strategy meetings of what we're going to learn from next time if we were to do another one, or if we were to run another event again, whether it is the acceleration lunch or anything else that we may choose to do in the future, then we've got some good learning outcomes that we can kind of review, sit back on and go, right, let's jot all them down. make sure then for if we do run something next that we do run it again.
Yeah, no, it was good. And I just got to give a small credit, well, not a small credit, a huge credit to Alex as well for all the design work that she did. Coming up with the logo, getting that out of your head, getting all of the merch done and sorted and organised with all that branding material on there, the signs that were up and everything else. So she did absolutely incredibly well. So a big thank you to Alex and for her time and dedication.
She's probably seen a lot less of me now coming up in trust. Alex, I've got a great idea. Why don't we?
She's hiding.
So it was great, and I think we've had great support from people that were there on the day.
Yeah, a shout out to them, all our customers that came. That were great.
Yeah, no, so but yeah, no, maybe we'll do it again.
Talking about it really makes me want to do another one. How did you feel about I was nervous at the very beginning, but then after I was absolutely elated and I had a smile on my face the entire way home. That entire night, I was like invigorated, or is that a word, invigorated?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I was just so pleased, and I was so nervous about talking, and I know you were and everybody else were. But yeah, it was just wonderful.
I kind of felt like the talk that kind of just starting to kind of get that talk going. I was kind of flowing better towards the end. Yeah. But the initial start just took a little bit of going.
It's that wobbly voice that you get.
Because I think that was the first time they had actually done proper kind of public speaking. Yeah. I think probably the last time I were on a stage, I were probably Smee and Peter Pan when I were younger, which, is a little bit different. But
it's still, honestly.
So, but yeah, no, fantastic event. I think it really went well. But let's see what happens.
Yeah.
We've got a lot next year. We'll see whether we can fit
one in. I think if we I think we should try and shoe on one in.
Try. Oh, we've got to work out budgets first. So,
yeah, true. True.
But yeah, see what we do.
Fabulous.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you very much.
Joining me now, we've got Steve Harper, the Commercial Director at IT Desk. Welcome, Steve. How are you today?
Very well. Yeah, very good.
Good. Nice to hear.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. We've just been busy recording all day, so it's been great fun. Yeah. Let's get into it then. So today we've been talking about the last 12 months. It's been an absolutely huge 12 months for us at IT Desk, and I've spoke to other members at team about their favourite moments and their experiences. And what I wanted to talk to you today about was PAX 8. So who are PAX 8? What do they do for us? What do we do with them? And just a little bit of background about that.
So PAX 8 are our primary software distributor, mainly predominantly Microsoft services.
Okay.
So they're quite an important strategic partner for IT Desk. We look to them to sort of leverage a lot of the Microsoft solutions that we put forward to our customers, and they also help us greatly with training and certification.
Oh, fab. Yeah, I remember that because that was one of the big things that's happened this year, the Microsoft designation for Modern Workplace.
Yep,
is that
right.
correct? Yeah. And they helped us with that, didn't they?
Yeah, they were there to sort of, they're in essence our sort of conduit between sort of us and Microsoft. So they sort of helped us in terms of helping us understand where we needed to sort of meet certain requirements in order to sort of qualify for designation, which, if anybody doesn't know what a designation is, it's basically a Microsoft sort of badge to show that you work to the appropriate standard for implementing their solutions, to show that you've done all the necessary training, you've got the sort of the pedigree in the history and number of solutions that that we've basically put into sort of our customers.
Yeah. And it's replaced the Microsoft certifications that used to be silver, gold,
etc. So the legacy sort of partner model has sort of been discontinued. So now it's the designation route, which is much harder.
It is a lot harder.
There's a lot more requirements around making sure that we're upskilled in the right areas and that we're delivering solutions to the appropriate standard.
And it's not just a standard, is it? It's a constant learning for the team. It's not given once. You've got to constantly be on it and proving that you can achieve it.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's something we've got to hit every year. So there's criteria that we have to meet each year in order to retain the designation.
Yeah. Well, thank you to PAX 8 for helping us out with that and getting everybody trained and getting us through that as well. So we went to PAX 8 Beyond, and this year it was in Amsterdam. What a great city.
Lovely,
For a start, it was
nice.
really good. And the event, again, spectacular. My favourite part of the event was seeing Stephen Bartlett on stage.
Very
I could have listened to him all day. What did you enjoy from the event most?
There's a lot, really. I mean, I think the beauty of that event is there's so much sort of crammed into the 2 days that were there. It's it's very much sort of, even to us, sort of eye opening on where they see sort of trends in the industry going. Obviously, massive sort of buzzword and a massive sort of topic this year was AI.
Yeah.
And really great to sort of understand sort of the learning sort of around how to look for AI opportunities within a business that's going to add them more value. So rather than just AI for AI's sake, and I'm sure there's a lot of businesses out there that people are using sort of Chat GPT just singularly in a job role to help them out, but to look at AI and kind of look and say, okay, well, where can a business save time by using AI, or is there a particular business outcome that we can focus on and then apply AI and look at the process and how that organization is working, look at how AI can support them and ultimately not replace people but make people more efficient.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, or in one of the talks that I went to was how to get staff to embrace AI and not see it as it's going to replace them, but it's going to enable them to work more efficient. And that's looking at the AI agents. And I know we've been doing some work with one of our customers around an AI agent to look at their modules and in their manufacturing guides.
Yeah, it really just comes back to the whole work smarter, not harder sort of adage. Like I say, AI isn't a threat to people, but it can make people more efficient. It can make services faster, better experience for the customer just by doing the grunt work in terms of serving information up or funneling people to the right answer. I mean, one of the situations you mentioned there around AI agents that we're looking at the minute is one of our customers. They do a lot of work on repairing large CNC machines, which the troubleshooting of that can be quite
huge.
quite big and difficult. So we've built an agent that will reference that entire knowledge base in a language model, so that the engineers can ask simple questions as they would see it, to then return that information and help them guide through the varying troubleshooting sort of options that they've got, rather than having to skim multiple data sources and multiple manuals to try and find that answer. They can have it served to them and interact with the agent. Say, okay, that's not worked. I'm now seeing this, or I'm now seeing that, and the agent will then do all the heavy lifting in terms of referencing that and going, okay, if it's not this, could be that, or try this. So yeah, I think where any business will see the biggest gains in AI is if it's super focused around a problem. In that case, it was we're spending too long trying to find the answer. Okay, well, can we use AI to streamline that? And that's the key, sort of having an outcome in mind that you want to get from it, whether that is an efficiency gain or whether it's something else.
Yeah, it's all fantastic, and I understand it from when we went that it's where IT services are moving forward. So they're not going to be an MSP anymore. They're going to be an MIP. Do you think that is going to be the future of IT landscape?
Yeah, I think like we've seen the change sort of coming for a little while. It might not have had a specific badge to it in terms of the MIP sort of acronym, but I think customers for a while have been engaging with us to use data in better ways, and sort of trying to improve things like business intelligence, so they've got the right numbers and the one version of the truth, rather than sort of guessing and it being opinion based. I think the amount of data and things that organizations hold on their clients, the services, and the metrics and how they run, it was only a matter of time before there was a bigger burning desire to harness that as a resource. So yeah, I think it's all positive. I think any organization that does look at IT as a platform for growth rather than just a necessary evil will absolutely be the businesses that thrive, because they see the value in the information they've got there. They know that by using that data properly, or looking at where processes aren't quite working, or using technology to improve those processes, is only going to make them a better business, and that's what's going to make them stand out.
100%, I agree. The more knowledge that they have as a business, the more changes they can make to enable them to grow. So yeah. So sorry, jumping back to then PAX 8, was what were your highlight? I know there were many highlights, but what were your favourite, let's say?
I say I'd struggled. I mean, obviously the Stephen Bartlett keynote was, really insightful, and to hear sort of how Stephen uses technology in some of his businesses, incredibly powerful.
One of the things that he said really stuck with me was when he implements an entire team to try and break his actual company. I've just found that absolutely, and I know we've implementing that here now with the Saint team, but what a fantastic idea.
I mean, again, that just shows sort of from his point of view how his entrepreneurial mind sort of works, in the sense of he won't just sort of rest on his laurels and kind of think, oh yeah, we've got this sussed, we know what we're doing is brilliant, it's the be all and end all. He's kind of, it's ballsy to look at that and kind of go, okay, well I'm going to try and tear that down now. I'm going to try and break that. But ultimately, what that should yield, if he does find sort of the cracks or where it's again, they'll only evolve, they'll only improve. So you can see how some of that thinking absolutely leads into sort of why he's as successful as he is.
Yeah, I could have sat there for another hour or two easily to listen to him. He were fantastic. Not that the other keynote speakers weren't. Just a shout out to
no, it was definitely a highlight again as an event. Beyond his very, as I said before, really really insightful, and how it sort of highlights some of the trends, and some things that we might not have necessarily thought about. It's good food for thought in terms of how we get that information across, because as a technology business, natively we do understand this stuff, pretty well. And I think what PAX 8 Beyond helps do is help us understand ways that we can translate that into sort of more normal speak or normal scenarios. So it's something that can be understood, and may hopefully plant a seed to people that do want to harness this stuff. Of like, okay, well, I now see how I could use that in my business and make it relevant to them.
100%. That I really enjoyed it, because it helped me understand the technical, or have the technical knowledge that I can then translate to our customer base, and for our marketing to help other new businesses come on board. It is a great event, and I'm looking forward to it next year at Copenhagen. So that should be good. So watch this space with that one. Is there anything else that, wrapping up the year, that you would have said that were a highlight? I've spoke about the awards. I thought that were fantastic achievement with the Investors in People. Is there anything?
No, I'll be honest. This year's gone really fast for me. It's I can't believe we're kind of at the end of the year, and there's been a lot of positive stuff happen. There's been some great client acquisitions in sort of new areas, and those businesses all seem to be businesses that want to use technology as a platform for growth. We've had some great success around sort of our award nominations, and getting the Investors in People accreditation. Again, a massive well done to sort of everybody who was involved in that. So I struggled to kind of pick one.
The event as well.
One out, the
acceleration.
Event. There's, like I said, there's just been so much. It's hard to pick one sort of stand out. I just think 2025 as a whole for IT Desk has been a great year. So.
And 2026 next year, and the business is turning 20, and we've still retained customers for 20 years. What an actual achievement is that? How many businesses brilliant. Can say that?
I mean, it's a great achievement. I mean, and thank you to those clients that have sort of been with us as long as they have. And I hope it's because we believe we do a good job, and that we've got their needs at the heart of what we do, and the belief of we should be doing our job so they don't have to be sort of on the phone to us and
100%.
things, and yeah, it's 2026 again is already sort of stacking up to be incredibly busy. There's a lot going on. So yeah, it's exciting.
It is really exciting. It is really exciting. So, but anyway, thank you for joining me. Is there anything else you want to say or touch on before we wrap up?
No.
Well, thank you very much.
No, it's cool. Thank you.
Thank you. So finally, to just wrap things up, I would like to say an absolutely massive thank you to all our customers, everybody that's supported us, all our strategic partners, and all the staff here at IT Desk. Looking forward to another 2026. I can't wait. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year.